How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. I also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about OCGN, which had a strong day inside the market today. But of course, before we get started, let's go over the agenda. Just want to let you know, if you're new to this channel, we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I suggest you watch the entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over, yes, the press release that came out that sent OCGN flying through the roof, getting into that $10 range and looking fairly comfortable up there. So we're going to be going over the 8K filing that was actually put in. The information that is in there, we are aware of it, but it just goes over the details of the agreement. But hey, we'll get into that portion. Then secondly, we're going to be doing a technical analysis, taking a look at the price action. Yes, it's ran up quite a bit, but we want to know, what are those areas of support that we want to look out for? What are those areas of resistance, and where are we looking in regards to that breakout? Because we know this particular play is dependent on certain catalysts coming through. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. So let's get into it. So we're going to go over the 8K form that was submitted and part of the reasons why we ended up seeing a strong run up in ocugen for today. So you can see the report, date of the report is at June the 1st, 2021. And as you get towards the end, you'll see the date of June the 7th. So the fact of the matter is, once this became known to the public, that's why we started seeing a lot of momentum, which was great to see. So as you can see here, these details here, we're just going to scroll past it. Really nothing too serious. We'll actually take a look at what really matters is what we have here in the item 1.01, entry into a material definitive agreement. So we're going to read over that right now. As previously disclosed on February the 2nd, 2021, Ocugen entered into a co-development supply and commercialization agreement with Bharat Biotech International Limited, pursuant to which the company obtained an exclusive right and license under certain of Bharat's intellectual property rights, with the rights to grant sub-licenses to develop, manufacture, and commercialize Covaxin, an advanced stage whole virion inactivated vaccine candidate/product for the prevention of COVID-19 in the United States of America, its territories, and possessions. Origin: Ocugen territory. On June 1st, 2021, the company and Bharat entered into that certain First Amendment to co-development supply and commercialization agreement, pursuant to which the parties agreed to expand the original Ocugen territory to include the United States and Canada. The amendment is effective as of May 29, 2021. In consideration of the expansion pursuant to the amendment, the company paid to Bharat at a non-refundable upfront payment of $15 million immediately upon execution of the amendment. The company further agreed to pay to Bharat a milestone payment of $10 million within 30 days of the first commercial sale of Covaxin in Canada. In addition to the aforementioned payments, under the terms of the agreement as amended by the amendment, the parties will share any profits generated from the commercialization of Covaxin in the amended Ocugen territory, with the company retaining 45% of such profits and Bharat receiving the balance of such profits. The foregoing summary of the material terms of the amendment is qualified in its entirety by the terms of the amendment, a copy which will be filed as an exhibit in the subsequent periodic report to be filed under the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 as amended. And as we scroll down, you see the signatures pursuant to the requirements of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 as amended. The registrant has duly caused this report to be signed on its behalf by the undersigned, hereunto duly authorized, Shankar Masanuri. And as you can see, the date, June 7th, 2021. And of course, this was released as a press release all over on a lot of the brokerage apps and so forth and stuff. I saw it on Webull originally, and that's when I started seeing this price just start going. Actually was a part of it make on that move. You guys know I love trading off momentum, so that was good. So this kind of just goes over what we know already, but it's good to see that, you know what, we actually have some documentation that has been filed through this 8K form, because, you know, it is their duty to keep their shareholders shareholders and as well as the SEC fully up to date. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN, which ended up having a strong day inside the market today. So let's get into it. So it ended up closing at $10.30, being up 18.12% on the day. On the low, it tested $8.88. Then on the high, testing $10.94. So just to update you guys, the chart that we have is actually the 1-year daily chart. As far as how is it lining up with our indicators, of course, we're showing some strength above the 200-day, the 100-day, and definitely well above the 21-day EMA. If we take a look at the RSI down below, it is right around 57. So it is getting near to that overbought territory, but do keep in mind of the fact, hey, this is the stock that moves off of particular catalyst. So when we take that RSI into consideration, hey, we're going to ignore it because we want to see this move actually continue. But anyone who wanted to get into adding to a position, like I talked about in yesterday's video, I only like adding in that $7 range. And if I really wanted to get into it, then I'd be adding at that $8 range when it does visit it, which it did do today. But if we take a look at what's happening with the price action, it'll be very interesting. I want to see OCGN actually start testing $11 sometime this week. I know a lot of FOMO's coming in. When that 8K was filed, there is a lot of buying going on. So taking all of this into consideration, I want to see OCGN be able to hold up this area of support that we talked about many times on this channel, right here around $9. So if it decides to give up some gains, we want to see it hold up $9. Another area that we also been talking about is seeing how well it would be holding up $8, which has been able to do that fairly well in the past. So if it did decide to pull back, and due to the fact of no news or maybe investors getting impatient, then this is where you look at opportunities in regards to adding. But for the most part, it was great trading off of this momentum from OCGN. Once I saw it get past 9, and after I started seeing 9.10, 9.20, that's when I was like, all right, I need to get in there, make that move right off that dollar, and then after just kind of exit out of my position. But at the same time, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what it does tomorrow. So one of the things I want you guys to look out for, yes, is that area right there at $11. That is a psychological level. And also we want to see a continuation if it does decide to pull back, holding up this $9 area of support. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, it was great trading off the momentum that we saw today. One thing to do keep in mind of the fact, we knew about the news in regards to them getting those distribution rights to Canada. But what really makes this even more special, they put in an 8K filing, so this solidifies it. It is legitimate, and this is part of the reasons why we had a lot of buying volume going down today that sent the stock price to the moon. Of course, we are expecting that this stock is going to be having a pullback, but again, there's definitely some more catalysts that are coming through, which we all know about. We also do know they have the stockholder meeting that is coming up on the 11th, so who knows, you might even hear some more information before that. Anyone who's thinking to get into this particular play, like I said in the video yesterday, I am not considering to add to my position when it is above even the $8 level. It would have to be somewhere in the 7s or maybe even the low 8. I'll stretch out, but for the most part, I for myself see this as a momentum play. I know many of you are in this play for the long term. I know a lot of you actually have a cost basis that is well above $10 as well. So what does this mean? This means, hey, keep your conviction. Things are looking really good for ocugen, and hey, we're going to be coming to pick you up just now if you're at a high cost. Because like I said, once that EUA goes through and we get even more info, and who knows how many more surprises might come up, then you will definitely be able to see some profit. Another thing that I also want to go over is the volatility in this play. So knowing those areas of support, I feel like is definitely key, because like I was saying previously, you want to make sure if you're trading off momentum or you have short-term goals, you're not just waiting for things to happen. You want to make sure it is quick in and out. We've already gone through as far as the short interest information. over the weekend. And taking that into consideration, when you have short interest that is significantly high, and then you have all of this buying going on, and we notice this with a lot of stocks that have a lot of short interest in them, we're going to end up seeing some strong moves to the upside, and that's exactly what we see. So what we want to see from here on out is seeing OCGN be able to hold up these levels. For myself, I feel it would be great to see OCGN stay above $9 before we get the news that we're looking to be hearing for. So that's what I wanted to also update you guys on. In regards to the AK filing, like I was saying before previously, now things are in paper. It is registered with the SEC. The agreement is all out of the way. So this is why it's part of the reasons why institutions and funds feel a lot more confident, as well as other investors that were kind of waiting and seeing it, and also some FOMO playing into making sure that, hey, I need to get into this play before it starts to run up even further. And also to give you guys a quick update in regards to Covaxin, apparently they got approved in Brazil. So it's going to be going down in Brazil, and they're going to be moving on to get more approval in more countries, which is great to see. And we also do know, as far as the EU, there's just so many things that are going on. We got to continue to stay patient about, but things are definitely in the right direction. Hope you guys found this video helpful. We'll be talking real soon.